By the way, y'all all saw my announcement today. Y'all got it? Yep. So I had the two recordings in there. All right. So for the first 2 days, you guys can rewatch that. Yep. All right. Help me out. How I do this? This question look mad hard. If you don't know the vocabulary, you could just describe to me what to do. Mhm. Um, no. I have to do what? Multiply. That's a good word. All right. What am I multiplying? Right. Distribute. That's it, right? So I want to take this and I want to distribute it. Oh, shoot. There we go. I want to distribute to the first term and distribute to the second term, right? So when I distribute to the first term, I have 3 over 2, right? Times my 12x plus my 20 times my 3 over 2. All right, how do I do this now? How do I multiply these? Good, good, right? Because it's a whole number. So I want to put these over 1. Very good. All right, now I got a fraction times a fraction. So how do I do that? Mm-mm. At least not at this step. First multiplication, then addition or subtraction. So how do I multiply two fractions? I forgot. Not cross multiply. We're gonna get to that. We didn't get to that yet. Hmm. How do I multiply fractions? Straight across, right? Numerator with numerator, denominator with denominator. All right, so what's 3 times 12? 36, right? So this is 36x over what's 2 times 1? 2, very good. Plus, what's 20 times 3? 60, good. Over what's 1 times 2? 2, right? Now, do I have the same denominator here? Right? So that means I can add the numerators, right? Putting these together, what do I have? Hmm? An x, right? So you can actually just keep them the way it is. 36x plus 60, both over 2. But you could reduce this a little bit, right? Because 2 goes into 36 and 2 goes to 60, right? So reduce it. What is it going to become? Well, what's 36 divided by 2? Not 13, 18, right? So 18x plus what's 60 divided by 2? By 30, right? There we go. And that's it. All right. Questions on this? Go ahead. Uh, 18x plus 30, that's the answer. That's a simplified answer. All right. Not too bad. I got another one for you guys. How I do this? Go ahead. hmm What's up? They can't be combined because of the variable, the x. They're two different terms, so they just stay separated. But you can reduce them. Yeah. So how about this? How do I do this? What should I do first? Say it again? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Good. What am I multiplying? Times what? Very good. All right. So I'm going to distribute this to both terms first, right? So I have 5. And then what's -2 times n? Very good. And then what's -2 times 1? Close. Give me a better answer. -2. All right. Okay, what do I do after this? Hmm? Define? No. We'll use it, yeah. Combine like terms. That's it. Right? Not for n. Well, which two terms are the same? Right? So combine them. That's a fancy word for me telling you to add. -3? 3, right? 5 minus 2 is 3. So it's -2n plus 3. And that's it. All right? The 5 and the -2 get combined. You just add them together, and that's it. Any questions on it, or it makes sense? Because the n is there. The n makes that middle term different, so it can't be combined.
No, I'm talking about the 5 minus 2
Yeah.
by itself outside.
No, because it's not multiplication. You just add it, that's all. Yeah. Now, if you wrote this in the reverse, like say you said 3 minus 2n, that's correct also. All right. Because remember, addition is associative, right? 1 plus 2 is the same as 2 plus 1. So it doesn't matter the order that you put that in. All right.
Oh, wait a minute. Minus 2, that owns 5.
No, we did distribute the -2. Yeah.
5, 5, over.
Because the 5 is being added to that. The 2 is what's next to the parentheses, so that's the multiplication. Yeah, it's whatever's next to it. Yeah. All right, let's try another one. Let's try another one. How do I do this? I want the LCD of 5/6 and 1/4. What do I do?
The whole time.
Nope, neither are prime. 4 isn't either. 4 is not prime. How do we find LCD? We did it yesterday. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. So remember what we do? We start with a bigger number, right?
I saw an example that said that you're supposed to be in each other.
Right. That's the common denominator that I spoke about. But not for the LCD though. So we start with the bigger number 6. Does 4 go into 6 evenly? All right, let's double it. 6 times 2 is 12. Does 4 go into 12? Yeah. So then 12 is your LCD. That's it. All right. Well, if I was gonna add or subtract these, it's not asking me to do either, then I would want to make both denominators the same, right? So to make 6 into 12, I multiply by 2, but what I do to the bottom, I do to the top. To make 4 into 12, I multiply by 3, but what I do to the bottom, I do to the top. Then they become equivalent. Then I can add or subtract either one, right? Huh?
The LCD when they ask, find the LCD, right?
Hmm?
So then they might give you like, what did you guess?
Yeah.
Um,
Like when to use it?
when I say the LCD, that's it, right?
Right.
When they ask, find the LCD.
Yeah. But if they ask you another question, like say they wanted to add these or subtract these, then you have to know to do the LCD.
Yeah.
But if it's
Yeah,
multiplication, yeah. If it's multiplication or division, then you don't need the LCD. Yeah. Just addition and subtraction. All right. So we good? All right. So we gonna transition a little bit from our arithmetic lesson into algebra. I mean, I think we pretty much covered all the arithmetic that we need, right? Adding numbers, subtract numbers, multiplying numbers, and fractions, We're pretty much good with that. So here's what we get into today. Oh, let me make sure. Good, 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 good. All right. So we're going to be talking about solving linear equations using a general strategy. All right. Solving an equation is like discovering the answer to a puzzle. The purpose in solving an equation is to find the value or values of the variable that makes a statement true. Any value of a variable that makes the equation true is called a solution to the equation, right? So it is the answer to the puzzle. So a solution to an equation, right? A solution of an equation is the value of a variable that makes a true statement when substituted into the equation. All right. There are many types of equations that we will learn to solve. In this section, we're going to focus on linear equations. All right. So what is a linear equation? A linear equation is an equation in one variable that can be written where a and b are real numbers and a does not equal 0. Right. So this is an example of linear equation right here. Ax plus b is equal to 0. Right. Very straightforward.
Zero.
No, the answer to these questions are going to be like the variable equals a number, right? So in this case, like it would be like x is equal to 5, for example. I'm just making it up. But you would actually solve for what the variable would be. All right. Whoops. Little pop up over here. I do not like green eggs and ham. So to solve a linear equation, it's a good idea to have an overall strategy that can be used to solve any linear equation. In the next example, we'll give the steps of a general strategy for solving any linear equation. Simplify each side of the equation as much as possible first, makes the rest of the steps easier. All right. So check this out, how to solve a linear equation using a general strategy. So here's the question. I have 7. Let me rewrite it so everybody can see. I have 7 times n minus 3 minus 8 is equal to negative 15, right? This is a little complicated, right? So let's simplify this, right? Into the general form, ax plus b. Let's simplify it into that, and then that'll make life a lot easier. All right? So tell me how to do it, even though I didn't tell y'all how to do it yet. What should I do first?
Divide over there.
That's what I want. I want n equals a number, right? Right. Exactly. That's what I wanted to hear, right? I would have settled for multiplication, but I love distribute. That's the right word, right? So this is going to become 7 times n, which is 7n, minus 7 times 3, which is 21, minus 8 equals negative 15. Oh, crap. This is the hard part right here. Got to combine like terms, right? Which two terms are alike? Good, good. So what is negative 21 minus 8? Very good. All right, so this is 7. Oh, shoot. Now it's not right. All right. So this is 7n minus 29 is equal to negative 15. What should I do next? Remember, I want n by itself. Exactly, right? I'm going to add 29 over here to get rid of it, right? Because I want n by itself. But you know I got to be fair, right? When I do to one side of the equation, I got to do to the other side of the equation, right? So I'm going to add 29 over here. All right, so now I got 7n is equal to, what's negative 15 plus 29? 14, right? Good, good, good. All right, how do I get the n by itself? I got 7 times n equals 14. Divide by 7. Very good, right? So I'm going to divide by 7 over here. But you know what I do to one side of the equation, I got to do to the other side of the equation. I'm going to divide by 7 over here, right? So I got n is equal to what? To 2, right? That's the amount of points that the Spurs are going to score tonight. All right. Huh? Well, I got you. Yeah. I'm trying to end early, shoot. Y'all only got nine questions for homework tonight, so you know it'd be mad quick.
Okay.
Huh? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Yeah. But listen, tomorrow I'm here at 12 p.m. if y'all want. Not here. I'm gonna be over in tutoring. But I mean, come through the tutoring if you want tomorrow. I'll be there from 12. All right, then just come right over here. We can spend the whole day tomorrow together. All right. Y'all could get lunch, low hall, 411, remember? Right? They got that free meal every day. You get there before 5 o'clock. All right. It'll be a good day tomorrow. And is something too. Right? Yeah. So not bad, right? So now I'm gonna teach y'all a trick. I'm gonna teach y'all a trick right now. I like to change my ink color for this. So you know how when you guys are doing like a math problem, right? You don't really know if it's right or wrong, right? The truth is in math, it's optional to get the problem wrong. Y'all don't have to get it wrong if y'all don't want to, right? Yeah. Well, not just a calculator, right? You can actually do something called checking your answer, right? And when you check your answer, you can verify if what you did was right or wrong, right? If it's wrong, you just do the problem again and get it right, you know? So what am I trying to say by saying that, right? Y'all all could get 100 in this class if y'all want to, but if you don't, it's up to you, you know? So let me show y'all how you check your answer. This is fire right here. So you take the original equation, right? This is called a check. You take the original equation. So we got 7n minus 3 minus 8 equals negative 15, right? And then what you do is you take the answer that you got and you plug it in and you verify that it works, right? So this is how you would do that. Let's say 7. Now we said our answer was 2, but I don't know. Does that actually work? So I put a question mark. I'm not sure. right? Does that actually equal negative 15? Let's try it out, right? What's 2 minus 3? Negative 1, right? So this becomes 7 times negative 1 minus 8, and allegedly that's equal to negative 15. I don't know if it is, but let's check it out, right? What's 7 times negative 1? Negative 7, right? So now I have negative 7 minus 8, and I'm still not sure. Allegedly, that's equal to negative 15. What's negative 7 minus 8? Negative 15. So negative 15 equals negative 15. So therefore, I know that the answer that I got is right. You guys have this option on every single question that y'all do in the class. So getting the question wrong is optional for y'all. All right? All right? So just sharing that information with y'all. I know some people like the class and they want to take it again and again, so I get it. Yeah. I feel you. You running from it? What? It's so easy.
What?
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah.
sit down and learn.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna lie. That is true. I give you that. That's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like we going pretty fast. Like truthfully speaking, we did like what 6, maybe 8 years worth of math in the past 2 days. You know, like that was the math from elementary school that we did, and now we starting on the high school stuff. You know, like it does move fast. I ain't gonna lie. You guys try. It's a little bit harder. It's the M, so you got like 2 strokes instead of one. You know, for N. Not on front though. BCC loved us. They do a watch party for us. Maybe having movie nights over here and stuff. They should have done a watch party. They did.
Get the first as
Yeah.
first as.
Like, we could have watched it out there. I'm trying to think what they would have done with food. They could have ordered Domino's. That'd have been straight. You know? But I think the school's favorite pizza is Mario's. It's over on Fordham. Mhm. Hmm?
Sorry.
Kind of like it's on University Ave and Fordham. Yeah. So if you know where the 3 and the 12 bus intersect that's what I'm talking about.
I'll write it down.
Let me see if I can tell you another way to get there. The 3 bus is the easiest way to get there. Um,
It's like they have like a sign.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's like high up, yeah, yeah. The Instagram page is fire. So it make me wonder if they really make their food like that or they just stole some pictures off the internet. I don't know. Or if it's AI, that's even worse. You know, like, got it? All right. Okay. Let's see. Good.
Times M.
Uh-huh.
Times A.
Uh, -8, but okay, I'll take it. +3.
And then I combine
Good. And what you got?
-1.
Very good.
Uh, I added 5.
Very good.
And I got, a 4,
Very good.
both sides by 2.
Good.
That's cool.
All right. Awesome. Very good. And then you can check by plugging it in, right? Any questions, anybody? Strategy sounds good. All right. Just real quick, let's go over the check.
So,
2 parentheses 2 minus 4
Mm-hmm.
plus parentheses plus 3. And then,
Allegedly. So
makes me a minus 2.
good.
And then 2 times minus 2 is minus 4.
-4 plus 3. Allegedly, that's -1. What else is it? So -1 equals -1. That's it. Questions on this, anybody? All right. I do got more to talk about, but y'all pretty much got the sauce. So if y'all want to sit there and do your homework, go ahead. All right. But I do have a lot more examples and all of that, but y'all already know what to do. It's the same stuff again and again. Let me just give y'all some notes real quick. I know some people don't like to just hear it, they want to see it. So I got you. All right. So these steps are summarized in the general strategy for solving linear equations below. So here you go. This is the step-by-step procedure on how to solve a linear equation, right? Using a general strategy, of course, right? So step 1, simplify each side of the equation as much as possible. Use the distributive property to remove any parentheses, and then combine like terms, right? Remember, combine like terms is just like a fancy way of saying add, right? So let me put add right here in parentheses, just so y'all know. All right? And that's add like math, not ADD or whatever. Yeah. All right, so step 2, collect all the variable terms on one side of the equation, right? So we're trying to isolate the variable, right, on one side. Use the addition or subtraction property of equality, right? Step 3, collect all the constant terms on the other side of the equation. Use the addition or subtraction property of equality. Step 4, make the coefficient of the variable term equal to 1. Blah, 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 divide by whatever's in front of the variable, right? What you do one side, you do to the other. Use the multiplication or division property of equality to do that. State the solution to the equation. Step 5, optional. You can check your solution, right? Checking your solution is good because then you verify that the answer that you got is right, right? As I said, it's optional to get a question wrong in this class. Up to you, right? Substitute the solution to the original equation to make sure the result is a true statement. Questions? Anybody? Good? All right. I got some more examples, but if y'all bored, y'all could do your homework. Go ahead. You got notes already? That's what's up.
all right, first one's the
Okay, okay. Yep, same thing I'm doing right here.
but I don't like the way they look.
Yeah, I'm not this detailed. But they're very nice.
This two comes back.
Yeah. Well, you can study that if you want. Hey, what's up?
I'm still gonna log in to the website.
To the webwork. All right, so the webwork, right, is your first name and then your last name.
Lowercase.
All lowercase.
Yeah.
Username and password. Still doesn't work? All right, I'll look at it in a minute. That's what it is. Actually, I'll look at it right now. Give me 1 second. So, you guys try this out real quick. Hmm? That's the one.
This is the right order.
That's the one.
Is it
Yeah.
gonna fly for math theory?
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm? Even more than that, like if you go into like engineering and stuff, that's the calculator you need. Yeah. All right, so try this out while I do something real quick. I'm gonna just rewrite it so that it's clear. This is 2/3 times 3m minus 6 is equal to 5 minus m. All right, give me 1 second. Y'all try that out. Y'all could talk and work with each other if y'all want. Go ahead. Yeah, it's right here. Hmm. Everything that I have, I give to you guys right here. Mm, I don't really have anything tangible like that. Yeah. But if you want though, like you could like when you're playing the video, take screenshots and then just print that. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. But give me a second real quick. Try those two problems. Mhm. It's the same strategy, nothing's changed. I'm trying. Sorry. Does anybody else have any trouble getting into web work? Was everybody good? You might be able to get in right now. Try to web work for the homework. You might be able to get it right now. All right. Sorry about that. So everybody finish these two problems? All right, let's go over it real quick. What should I do first though? What do you think? Exactly, right? Want to distribute this to the first term, then distribute this to the second term. All right, so 2/3 times 3m is what? 2m, very good. And 2/3 times 6 is what? Negative, good. Negative what? Very good, -4. And that's equal to 5 minus m. All right, remember, I want to get all my variables on one side or my numbers on the other, right? So what do you want to do first? You're in charge. Tell me what to do. M, all right, what do you want to do? All right, so let's add m to both sides, right? So I'm going to add m over here to get rid of it, but what I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other side of the equation. All right, so now I have 3m, all right? They're the ones that make the tape, you know? Minus 4 is equal to 5. All right? What do I do after that? Add 4, right? Because you want to get rid of it. But you know what you do to one side of the equation, I do to the other side of the equation. So I'm going to add 4 over here. All right? So now I got 3m is equal to, this is the hard part. What's 5 plus 4? 9. Very good, right? Then after that, what we going to do? Very good, right? We're going to divide by 3. But what we do to one side, we got to do to the other. So m is equal to what? Very good, right? And then optional, if you want to, you can check it. All right? This check is a little bit different though, because this check is going to involve you plugging in the answer, right, to both sides of the equation. So it's going to look something like this. 2/3 times 3, and we said our answer was 3, right? Minus 6, allegedly, is equal to 5 minus 3. I don't know if it is, but let's see. 3 times 3 we know is, what's that? Like 9 or something like that. So I have 9 minus 6, allegedly, is equal to 5 minus 3, right? What's 9 minus 6 again? That's like 3, right? So 2/3 times 3, allegedly, that's equal to 2. I don't know. When I multiply these together, these cancel out. 2 is equal to 2. So that's my answer. All right? Questions on this? Anybody? Good?
You go down to the side.
Yeah. Hmm. Bear with me 1 second. Let me just Move that up a little bit. All right. So now we have this second question here, right? What should I do first? Very good, right? I'm gonna distribute this 1/3 to both terms. And what do I get? 2u plus 1 equals 7 minus u. So what should I do after that?
That's ever you.
That's u. Huh? So 1/3 times the 6/1, multiply straight across, that becomes 6/3, and then you reduce it, right? So 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 6 two times, so just 2. That's how. You're welcome. All right, so how do I solve for u? What should I do? It's a little hard, huh? -1? Okay, I have -1 over here. No problem. But what I do to one side of the equation, I do to the other side of the equation. So now I got 2u is equal to 6 minus u. What should I do next? Add u, right? Or what I do to one side, I gotta do to the other. I know my u's look funny. So 1 plus, oh, excuse me, yeah, 1 plus 2, that's like 3u is equal to 6. How I get rid of the 3 again? Divide by 3, right? What I do to one side, do to the other. So I got u is equal to, very good. Questions on it? Go ahead. What? Okay.
Oh, look at it, look at one.
The 1, got you. So 1/3, right? We're distributing it over here, right, to the 3 times the 3/1, right? So that just becomes 3/3, which is 1, like that. Yeah. All right. I don't feel like checking it, but y'all get the idea, right? You plug it in, and that's how you check the answer. Mhm. So just gonna make a little comment real quick, and then we're gonna get into another example. All right. So we can solve equations, right, by getting all the variable terms on either side of the equal sign. By collecting the variable terms on the side where the coefficient of the variable is larger, we avoid working with some negatives. So this will be a good strategy when we solve inequalities later in the chapter. It also helps us prevent errors with negatives, all right? So that's not a rule, that's a suggestion. All right. If you want to use it, use it. If you don't want to use it, that's okay. All right. You'll still get the right answer either way. Yeah, it's just a new example. Yeah. So tell me what to do here. This is complicated. Distribute, right? What am I distributing? All right, so we're gonna distribute the 4 first. All right. So I got 4x. What else? -4. Very good. And then -2 equals, what should I do next? All right, distribute the 5, right? So what's 5 times 2x? Very good. Plus what's 5 times 3? Very good. Plus 6. Okay, what should I do next? Combine like terms. All right. So on the left-hand side, what do I have? 4x what?
6.
Very good. -6. Equals on the right-hand side, what do I have? 10x what? Plus 21. Good. Now what should I do after this? Yeah. Yeah. Uh, which one? -6? Not -6. How do I get rid of a -6? +6, right? So I'm going to add 6 over here. What I do to one side, I got to do to the other. All right. So now I got 4x is equal to 10x plus 27, right? That's at least what the Knicks are gonna leave by in the first quarter. Right?
We made it X.
Mm-hmm. So what do we do after that?
Negative,
Negative what?
negative 4x. Oh,
Not 4x. Give me a better answer. What should I subtract? Remember, I want all the x's, I want all the numbers on the other.
X.
Not the x,
4x.
not the 4x, the other one,
10x.
the 10x, right? Because we moved the number over first, so we got to move the variable over to the other side. Or we do the one side of the equation, we got to do the other side of the equation. All right, what is 4 minus 10x, right? Negative 6x equals 27. And what do I do after that? Divide by what? Close. Negative 6, right? But what I do to one side of the equation, I do to the other side of the equation. All right. So x is equal to, I don't even know. Let's reduce this. All right. Let's say 3 goes into 6, what, 2 times? Negative 2 times. And 3 goes into 27, like what, 9 times or something like that? So let's call this negative 9 over 2. And that's my answer. Any questions on this?
The last part.
So you
That's right.
simplify it after,
Right.
Five,
instead
yeah.
of doing the calculation, you
Ah,
simplify it.
Right.
How you gonna have 7?
Because it was
9 times 3 is gonna be, yes, and 7.
Yes, if
Mhm.
you take
I
it,
got it.
simplify.
So it would give me a decimal, right. Right. The fraction is easier. Yeah. So for the 27, right? Think of that as like 9 times 3. And the 6, think of that as like 2 times 3 with the negative, right? The 3's can cancel, leaving back just the 9 and the 2. That's why. Yeah.
5. This is no.
Right.
This, so.
Exactly. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Wait.
Alright. Alright. Again, you can also check your answer here if you want to verify if it's right. I recommend on your test checking your answers, even if it took like an extra like 2 minutes. Right?
We get extra points.
No, but you know it's right. That's the easiest way to get 100 on the test. But if you like to gamble, you can just do it and just leave it. No gambling. So wait, nobody in here plays lotto.
Right.
Nobody here got Kashi. Nobody put $2 on the Knicks tonight. Dang.
About that, don't remove it,
Oh no, you good.
please wait.
Would you guys like to try one like this? No? Okay. I have another example. Anyway. By the way, this is all your homework is for tonight, so yeah. Everything. Nice, 100.
Because it's giving like wrong. Like, you know what? Let me think like negative. So why not to switch it?
Right here, you see these two bars right here? That means absolute value. Right, so that's why it's how many units a number is from zero. So negative 108 is 108 units from zero. So it's always positive.
That's why here we said it's to good negative.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, so nobody said they want to try another one like this, so we're going to go on to the next example. This example is a little bit harder. Instead of X's, we got S's. Mhm. There we go. So what do I do first here? Yikes. What should I do first? Just like our example problem in the beginning. What should I do first? Mm-hmm. Exactly, right? But not just the 8, right? -8. So I'm going to distribute that to both terms. So what do I have now? I have 10, open bracket, 3. What? Very good. -16s minus not 30, 40, right? Positive 40, right? There we go. Equals, what should I do on the other side? Distribute the 15, right? I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I don't know what 15 times 40 is. What's that? 600? All right. All right, that's how many blocks we getting tonight. All right. What's 15 times 5? 75. That's all right. So what should I do after this? Combine the like terms, right? So do that for me real quick. This is gonna be 10, open bracket, what? 30? No. -16s. Very good. What else? Huh? plus 43, very good. Is equal to 600 minus 75s. All right. What should I do after that? What should I do after that? This should be the 10, right? Boom. Boom. All right. So what's 10 times negative 16s? Negative 160s. Very good. Plus what's 43 times 10? 430. Very equals. We got the 600 minus the 75s. What should I do next? Minus 430. Okay. And then you said what else? Uh-huh. So I have negative 160s equals, I don't even know what this is. It's 170? Or minus 75s. What do I do after that?
Go to the right, left.
Mm-hmm. Good, good. Add 75s. Do the one side do to the other? So what do I have? Is it? Yeah, that sounds about right. Negative 85s equals 170, right? What do you do after that? Divide by what? Divide by what? Negative 85, right? What you do to one side, you gotta do to the other. Yeah. This kind of hard, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that's jumping out at me is 5, right? So 5 goes into 85 how many times? Hmm? What is it? The answer is 2? Okay. Close though. Give me a better answer. Give me a better answer than 2. Negative 2. Now we're talking. All right. Let me think about it. Yeah, you're right. It is 2. Questions on this, anybody? We're good? What? A little bit. Yeah. All right. Y'all want to try one or y'all want to go on to the next one? Next one? All right. All right. Oh, this about to be a little blast from the past right now. It's a good one right here. Check this out, check this out, check this out. So for this, I want to evaluate, right? 2 times x plus 3 when x is equal to 5. How I do this? Got to plug in 5, right? So this becomes 2 times, instead of the x, I'm going to put 5 plus 3. All right. What should I do next? Before that, add, right? So what's 5 plus 3? Very good. So this is 2 times 8. You know, I don't have my calculator. What's 2 times 8? 16. That's the whole answer right there. Any questions on this? We good with plugging in? All right, cool, 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 cool. All right, just to make me feel good, let's do this next one. Even though I know y'all understand how to do it, it's just to make me feel good. All right. So I have 1/2 BH is equal to B is 14, H is 9. Tell me what to write. This is going to be 1/2 times what? Good. Times 9. Very good. All right. So this is going to become 1/2. Remember, whole numbers we got to put over 1, right? 14/1, 9/1. How do I multiply fractions again? I forgot. Straight across, right? So the top is going to be what? 1 times 14 times 9 over the bottom, which is 2 times 1 times 1. Can I reduce this a little bit? Right? The 2, right? Oh, yeah, the 1's could get crossed out. We know about that. But also the 2, right? 2 goes into 2 how many times? Once. And 2 goes into 14 how many times? 7, right? So, what's my final answer? 7 times 9. What's 7 times 9? 63. I'm not gonna lie, 7 times 9 is the hardest times table out of all of them. No? It's 49? Nah, nah, nah.
Wait, what is the question?
7 times 9. I was saying that that's the hardest multiplication table out of the whole table.
That's 60.
63, yeah. Yeah. All right. New topic. This is an important topic. Right here. So we're gonna solve a formula for a specific variable. So we have all probably worked with some geometric formulas in our study of mathematics. Formulas are used in so many fields. It is important to recognize formulas and be able to manipulate them easily. It is often helpful to solve a formula for a specific variable. If you need to put a formula in a spreadsheet, it is not unusual to have to solve it for a specific variable first, right? We isolate that variable on one side of the equal sign with a coefficient of 1, and all the other variables and constants are on the other side of the equal sign. Geometric formulas often need to be solved for other variables too. The formula V equals 1/3 pi r squared h is used to find the volume of a right cylinder cone when given the radius and the base of the base and the height. Right. In the next example, we're going to solve formulas for the height. So for example, we have this formula right here. This is our volume formula, right? Don't worry about that, y'all. See that in calculus. But anyway, right? Volume is equal to 1/3 pi r squared h. We want to solve for h. So I want to move everything to the other side, meaning that I want the formula to be like h equals blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about it. All right. So I have V is equal to 1/3 pi r squared h, right? Remember, I want to solve for h. If I'm solving for h, I'm going to touch everything else but h. Leave h alone, right? First thing I have is that 1/3, right? How do I get rid of a 1/3? Right? This is all being multiplied to each other. So what should I do?
Divide
divide by 1/3. It's literally that simple. But what you do to one side of the equation, you gotta do to the other side of the equation. But don't be scared. We already know how to divide fractions, right? The V, you know, is just V over 1. Change the division to multiplication. Flip the fraction on the bottom, 3 over 1, right? And when you multiply straight across V times 3, that's just 3V, right? I'm gonna just start off with a 3V. 3V is equal to pi r squared h. How do I get rid of the pi? Exactly. How do I get rid of the r squared? By what? Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the pi. Yeah. And I want to get rid of the r squared. What am I gonna do?
Divide by R.
Divide, right? Just gonna divide. So divide by the pi and the r squared. But you know I gotta be fair, right? When I do one side of the equation, I gotta do the other side of the equation. And that's it. Yep, r is the radius. So h is equal to 3v divided by pi r squared. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I got you. Yep. Hmm? Go ahead, ask. Go ahead. Then it wouldn't be like this because that's a this is what's called literal equations. Like you're just solving for variables. Like there's no number to plug in. Yeah. But if you did plug in a number, you just simplify it and just divide it by it and you're good. Yeah, I got you. Nah, there's no numbers in this, just variables. Let's try another one. A little bit harder. Area formula, right? So I have A is equal to 1/2 BH. Solve for B. Give y'all a minute to try that.
Eight.
What do I want to solve for?
B.
Right? So I want to move everything around B to the other side. Right. Right. The H and the half. Right? Don't worry about A. Worry about the other side with B. So how do I get rid of a half when it's multiplication? By what? That's true. You could do that. Right? So what she's suggesting, right? Because it's a half, right? I could multiply this by 2, which will cancel this out. But what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. That's true too, right? So now you have 2A is equal to BH. To get rid of the half, right? Because you want to if you multiply a fraction by its denominator, you kill the fraction. All right. So this one. Because the denominator was 2. See, it's 1/2, 1/2. So that's what it's like. Exactly. Yeah. But you got to be fair. What you do one side, you got to do to the other. So how do I get rid of the H? Because I want to solve for B. Divide, right? So I'm gonna divide by the H over here to get rid of it. But when I do the one side of the equation, I have to do the other side of the equation. And that's it, I'm done. So B is equal to 2A over H. That's it. Any questions? What? So I have a half there, right? I want to get rid of the fraction. So to get rid of the fraction, you can multiply by the denominator to get rid of it. Right? So it's a half. So if I multiply by 2, that kills the fraction. But you're not gonna be fair if I do the one side, do it together. So that's how I get 2a. Mhm. You can use multiplication to get rid of a fraction. Me personally, my preference is just to divide, right? Like divide by everything around the variable that I want, and then what I do to one side, do to the other. Yeah. What was the question over here? Saw a hand somewhere. It's just okay, I got you. All right. All right. Y'all want to try another one or y'all feel good? Another one? All right. All right. This looks the same, but it's not. All right. Try that out. It's not the same thing that we just did. It's something different. Mhm. Everybody's done? All right, let's do it. So tell me what to do first. I have A is equal to 1/2 B times H, and I want to solve for H. So what should I do? All right. So I'm gonna multiply this by 2 to get rid of it. But what I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other side of the equation. So now I have 2A, right? Double A batteries is equal to B times H. What should I do after that? Divide by B, right? What I do to one side, I gotta do to the other. So H is equal to 2A over B. Any questions? Anybody? Good? All right. Yeah, I got more. All right, same kind of question, but we changing up the formula, that's all. The same process, same kind of question. All right. So in sciences, we often need to change temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius, vice versa, right? Sometimes even Kelvin, right? If you travel in a foreign country, you may want to change the Celsius temperature to be more familiar with Fahrenheit temperature, right? So here's the formula of how to do that. So Celsius is equal to 5/9 times Fahrenheit minus 32. Blah, blah, blah. I want you to solve for Fahrenheit, right? So imagine we living in a Celsius country, we need that Fahrenheit formula. So let's get it. All right. So Celsius is equal to 5/9 times Fahrenheit minus 32. Okay. I want to solve for Fahrenheit, so tell me what to do first.
Right now?
I could.
Like,
Uh, I rather divide, to be honest with you. All right. I'm not gonna distribute though, because remember, I want the variable Fahrenheit by itself, right? So for me, it's easy to do this. Divide by 5/9. Right? But what I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other side of the equation. Right? And then you guys already remember, right? Keep, change, flip. So what is this going to become? 9/5 Celsius is equal to Fahrenheit minus 32. All right? What do I do after that? Exactly. And then I'm done. That's the end of the question. Plus 32. So I have 9/5 Celsius plus 32 is equal to Fahrenheit. And that's the Fahrenheit formula. Mhm. This makes sense? Any questions? Anybody?
that was not crazy.
Got you. All right, let's do it in reverse. All right. You got the Fahrenheit formula. Walk me through how to get the Celsius formula. What should I do first? I got Fahrenheit is equal to 9/5 Celsius plus 32. Not divide. Remember, I wanna get Celsius by itself, not multiply. I want to solve for C, in other words. So I want to get all the numbers to the other side. That's my goal. So what's the first thing I should do? Subtract 32, right? But what I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other side of the equation. So now I have what? Fahrenheit minus 32 is equal to 9/5 times Celsius. All right? Go ahead. Because that's what's being added to it, right? I can't touch multiplication until I undo addition and subtraction first. All right? So it's reverse PEMDAS when you're trying to solve for a variable. Yeah. So what do I do after that? I want C by itself. Not subtract. This is 9/5 times C. So how do I get rid of it? Not the 32. Divide, right? I'm gonna divide by 9/5. Because I want C by itself. But you know what I do to one side of the equation, I gotta do to the other side of the equation. Right? So now you guys already know, keep, change, flip, right? You could just flip the bottom. So this will become what? 5/9 times the F minus 32. That's equal to the C. And that's it. Technically speaking, the F over 32 is really like F minus 32 over 1, technically, but anything over 1 is a self, so that's why I don't write that. Questions on that? Anybody? We good? All right, let's go on to the next one. Ooh, this gonna be fun. So this formula right here, right? This is called surface area. Just solve for H. Right? To be honest with you, this question only has 2 steps. Before you could divide, what should you do? Before that, subtract. Right, what are you subtracting? 2 pi r squared, very good, right? So I'm gonna subtract the 2 pi r squared over here to get rid of it. Because remember, I'm trying to solve for h over here, right? What you do to one side, you do to the other. Subtract by the 2 pi r squared. So now what do I have? I have capital S minus 2 pi r squared is equal to 2 pi r h. What should you do after that?
One H by
Right. So how do I get rid of the stuff next to h? With operation, how do I get rid of the stuff next to h? Divide, right? What am I dividing by? Exactly, right? I'm going to divide by 2 pi r. But remember, what I do to one side of the equation, I do to the other side of the equation. Divide by 2 pi r. And that's it. We're done with the question. Yeah. Because h is equal to s minus 2 pi r squared over 2 pi r. Simple, right? It looked crazy, but it was only 2 steps. And don't worry, y'all got some for homework. You guys want to try one or no? And just silence. You get it? All right, let's go on to the next example.
right?
Yeah.
New game, he said.
Yeah, we need time to travel to the watch parties, you know? You're going to Brooklyn? Damn. That's dedication right there. All right, sometimes we might be given an equation that is solved for y and need to solve it for x or vice versa. In the following example, we're given an equation with both x and y on the same side and we'll solve for y. All right. So now we're getting into some important stuff right here. Whoops. Too fast, too fast, too fast, too furious. All right. So I have this equation right here. I have 8x plus 7y is equal to 15. And I have to solve for y, right? So 8x plus 7y is equal to 15. Solve for y, right? What's the first thing I'm going to do? Subtract the 8x, right? But what I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other side of the equation. So now I have 7y is equal to negative 8x plus 15. What should I do after that? Divide by what? Not 15, divide by 7, right? Divide by 7 to get y by itself, right? And then that's it. Done. So y equals negative 8 over 7 x plus 15 over 7. Easy, right? Hmm? You guys want to try one? Hey, nobody? Y'all all get it? All right. But that was my last example then if y'all don't want to try one, so. Got you, I got you. Y'all could use the rest of the time to do y'all homework. Um, If you finished it, just come sign the attendance and then you can bounce. All right. Ow, that hurt. I think we got what, 50 minutes to the start of the game, so we got time.
Later season.
They got some bakeries on Arthur Avenue right down there. They got some Nick stuff over there. They got the Nick's cookies and the Nick's cupcakes and all that. Hey, did you get it?
Yes.
Hey.
No, wait for the next one.
So, yeah. Yeah. Where's Google? So type in BCC. Correct. This is just for like tonight. After you get Blackbox to be white space working, then you don't have to worry about this. So just click on the person, right? And then we're gonna have to scroll just to see what it comes up, right? So these are the start by the year. So this is 2026. Then we want to go to the summer, right? So that's spring, summer, and then my last name, and then last 28. And then you just log in. It's gonna be your first name and then your last name is one word. No space, no period in between, that's one word, all lowercase. Lowercase, that's your username and your password.
Oh, first and last name. First and last name.
I literally just had this thing yesterday. Oh, hold on one second. Can I take this down, y'all?
Yeah.
Oh. I need time to download it, so you know how that be.